Welcome to the AGAS SA Rural InLine application video. When carrying out fumigation work, it is important that you have the right safety gear. First of all, you must have danger warning signs to place around the fumigation area for safety of others working within the risk area. The danger signs must show the fumigant being used, the name and number of the person in charge, the date and time of application, the re-entry date, and the Poisons Information Service phone number. The second thing you should have is a fumigation checklist to ensure that no steps are missed and that all equipment is ready to be used. This list covers the date and time of application, the contact details, type of fumigant being used, also to include the water flow rate, dosage rate, and other details like soil and weather conditions, and a safety equipment checklist. In case of accidental contact with the fumigant liquid, it is important that you have clean water available for immediate washing. Do not rely on the irrigation water as it may be contaminated. Next, you should have a pair of rubber or chemical resistant boots to protect your feet from contaminated soil or a fumigant leak. You need elbow length PVC or nitrile gloves to protect your arms and hands from chemical spills. Also, a full face respirator mask with an organic filter, which should be replaced after every fumigation. The organic filters can be identified by the brown stripe on the side. You should also have a pair of cotton overalls that are washable and that can be closed to the neck, but able to be removed quickly if you get fumigant on them. Also, a chemical resistant apron should be used. When you put on your safety gear, your overalls should cover the top of your boots to prevent any vapours from getting in. Small spills or sprays will run off the apron. And your sleeves need to cover the top of your gloves to prevent any vapour or liquid getting in. Mask should be sealed against your face, and you should wear a washable hat that can be removed quickly if you get fumigant on it. Before you start, you must make sure that your site is ready for fumigation. The soil must be free of clods and plant trash to allow easy spread of the fumigant throughout the soil. The dripper lines should be tested for leaks and repaired before fumigation. Plastic should be used to cover the ground to seal the fumigant into the soil. The soil should be moist but not too wet. You can conduct a simple moisture test by gathering a handful of soil from at least 6 inches deep, moulding it into a ball, then when dropped it should break up loosely. The drum fitting used for the rural inline drums is a 3-pin micromatic coupler. This should be connected to the filter using a Teflon braided hose. The air compressor powers the injection pump. This is fed via an adjustable regulator which controls the flow of fumigant into the fumigation area. The regulator also has an internal moisture trap which prevents the air-driven pump from seizing up from corrosion. The filter we are using is an 80 mesh screen, but a 60 mesh screen is also suitable. It also has an easy flush valve to allow for easy cleaning after each use without having to open it. This is the air-operated double diaphragm pump. There are many other suitable pumps available, but we have found this one to be very reliable and maintenance-free. It has a Viton diaphragm on each side and is powered by the air regulator. This is also fitted with a non-return valve. If the pump is turned off, it stops the irrigation water from flowing back into the rural inline drum. This gauge allows you to see if the irrigation system is on and running and at correct pressure. From here it connects to the injection probe via a Teflon braided hose. This is the injection probe, which connects to the irrigation system and delivers the fumigant into the flowing water. It has a probe which minimises the direct contact of undiluted fumigant into the irrigation pipe. This is the pressure activated valve, which will not let any fumigant pass through until the irrigation water is turned on. It also has a primary non-return valve. This is the supply hose from the pump. Then we have a manual shut-off valve, followed by the non-return valve and the two pressure activated valves. Once pressure from the irrigation source activates the valve, the fumigant then passes through freely. If at any time the irrigation is shut off, the valve will close and stop the flow of fumigant. This is how the injection probe should look when ready to apply the fumigant. Once you have your safety gear on and your site is ready, you need to connect the micromatic coupler to a drum of fresh water to test the injection system for leaks. Once the system has been tested for leaks, the rural inline drum can be connected and ready for application. Then clear the site of all unprotected persons, turn on the air supply and adjust the regulator until you can hear the inline being applied. Note that the pressure gauge showing the irrigation supply is running. Then do another leak check. You can check the rate of rural inline being applied by following the graduations on the side of the drum. Each one measures 13.6 kilos. This can be timed and the regulator adjusted to achieve the required flow rate. It is important to remember the safety of others and make sure they know the risks if they enter the fumigation area before the end of the re-entry period. You are required to place warning signs on all sides of the fumigation area that show the product being used, the time the fumigation was conducted, the date of the fumigation, who applied the fumigant and their contact details, and the Poisons Information Centre contact details for emergencies. Once you have finished the inline injection, it is important to run fresh water through the equipment. Connect the injection unit to the drum of water and continue to apply into the fumigation area. Then rinse the filter into a hole dug into the soil. A milky white colour will indicate that there is still fumigant in the injection system. Continue to check this every 5 to 10 minutes. Once the water is clear, it is then safe to turn off the pump and disconnect the injection system. The hole dug to rinse the filter can now be filled in with soil.